What up, Space Fam? Goes in here for AnimeUproar, and I am back at it again to discuss the latest, craziest developments in the Demon Slayer story. In this chapter, we got some of the biggest reveals yet, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed these Demon Slayer chapter reviews and want to keep them coming, the best thing you can do is smash that like button and share this video with a friend. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell or you will miss future Demon Slayer chapter reviews. A quick thank you goes out to our glorious patrons who help make videos like this one possible. More on you amazing people later. For now, keep in mind there will be manga spoilers in this video. We are discussing the latest chapter, chapter 196 after all. Now, without further ado, let's jump into it. If you remember, last chapter was crazy. We had Iguro and Tanjiro kicking butt and Muzan being driven to a corner. Also, Nezuko finally returned and one of her eyes was human, suggesting that the medicine was working and that she was in the process of transitioning back from demon to human. This chapter starts with Nezuko and it's called I Am. Remember that, as usual, it will be relevant later. We see Nezuko from a distance walking in the cover page. She's sweating and panting. She starts seeing some memories from when her family was still alive. We see Nezuko's and Tanjiro's cute little siblings and their mother smiling and laughing. We see that Nezuko's left eye is still that of a demon, and to match the eye, the left side of her mouth still has those vampire-like canine teeth, while the right side is normal again. Interestingly enough, she is crying from her right eye, aka her human eye. She is not crying from her demon eye though, so there is still a struggle within her. The human is coming back and she's regaining her memories, but the demon is in there too, seemingly at war with the human. The question is, which one will win out? The idyllic memories of her family being happy is starkly contrasted to the nightmarish memory of Muzan and what he did to her and her family. In her memories, her young sibling is warning her to run. Muzan is using his tentacle powers to butcher the family. In contrast to how we've been seeing him for the last few chapters, Muzan is completely calm, cool, and collected here. He is clearly comfortable and confident in his power. He's seemingly talking to himself. He's using Nezuko's family as test subjects, and he's noticing that they die when injected with a certain amount of blood. He reaffirms that he cannot easily create a demon who can conquer the sun. Nezuko, remembering this, is now angry. Her tears have stopped and her veins are bulging. She then starts to see things that happened since Muzan turned her into a demon and she lost her memories. She remembers a crying Tanjiro, a stoic Giyu, a waving Sakonji, a smiling Tamayo, a teasing Yushiro, an infatuated Zenitsu with flowers, and a manly Inosuke sharing nuts. She's overwhelmed by this influx of memories and she falls to the ground. She continues to remember. She remembers the kind Kagaya Ubuyashiki, the mean Sanemi, who hurt her and tried to tempt her, the nice girls from the Butterfly Estate, including Shinobu, who, even though Nezuko was a demon, asked her if she wanted to see her goldfish. Since we know how much Shinobu hated demons, this is really touching. We also see my boy Kyojuro Rengoku looking back at her. No matter what happens, that dude seems to smile bravely in the face of it all, even in the face of death. I really like these shots from Nezuko's perspective. That's something Demon Slayer does well. We'll often revisit moments again, like Yorichi's fight against Muzan for instance, but we'll be shown different perspectives. One perspective can be limiting, but we start to get a better sense of the moments when we start to see them from more perspectives. That's one of the messages of this manga. It wants us to see the complexity of experiences by sharing multiple perspectives. In doing so, it foregrounds the point that we shouldn't be quick to judge others. Rather, we should try to understand where they're coming from. Some people judged our precious Nezuko to be a monster at first because she was a demon, but clearly Nezuko remembers everything that happened when she was a demon. She remembers the pain that Sanemi caused her, but also the moments of companionship that Zenitsu, Inosuke, Shinobu, and the rest offered to her. She remembers the smiles from the Sound Pillar, Tengen Uzui, and his wives, the hand waves of the swordsmiths, a smile from Genya, a smile from the Mist Pillar, Muichiro Tokito. These little moments, which may not seem like such a big deal, seem to add up and help her to complete her transition back into a human from a demon. Her hand turns back into a human hand, without the demon-like claws. She sees Tanjiro offering her hand to her and then his smiling, loving face. He stood by her throughout this whole experience, and she knows that. Nezuko's struggling. The demon side seems to be fighting for control. However, she remembers Tanjiro taking her hand. He says, and I quote, "No matter what happens, your big brother is going to save you," end quote. She looks at the moon. We jump to a panel of her face. She's crying with both eyes now. They are human again, and she's free of vampire teeth. The transition is complete and she's human again. Her memories are all back and she says to herself, and I quote, "I am Nezuko Kamado. A demon killed my family," end quote. Thus, Tanjiro has done it. He has saved her. And it wasn't just his physical protection which saved her, although he did save her many times when demon slayers wanted to kill her. It was also his love and kindness that helped her turn back to human. This is a beautiful moment, and it's nice to see the power of friendship, love, and kindness being foregrounded rather than just the power of swords or other weapons. This moment doesn't come off as corny at all to me, and it gives me a newfound appreciation for just how much Tanjiro did for Nezuko. It's also nice seeing how all of the little moments of kindness from the others help Nezuko. A smile here, a wave there. It goes to show that you can really help someone out sometimes by giving them a smile, a friendly wave, or just being kind to them. In real life, being a good person is more often about caring for someone rather than about kicking the bad guy's butt. Demon Slayer manages to show that in a beautiful way within a shonen fighting manga, and that's pretty special. However, never fear, the mangaka is not going to leave out the fighting either. Next, we see the moon from the perspective of the battlefield. Muzan and Tanjiro are going at it. Tentacle moonwalk versus Dance of the Fire God. Tanjiro reminds himself to stand firm. He reminds himself not to get too ahead in the future. He just needs to buy 1 second and then another. That's the only way to tackle a seemingly impossible task. Just focus on doing what you have to do during this present moment. Otherwise, you'll get overwhelmed, lose your cool, and mess up. Muzan, for his part, senses life. He senses that the pillars he injured and probably Zenitsu and Inosuke are coming too. His attacks were enough to injure them pretty badly, and they should have even been fatal. But the Demon Slayers are not dead because Tamayo's demon, aka Yushiro, is treating them. Again, Tamayo, through Yushiro this time, continues to be an ever-present thorn in Muzan's side, even from beyond the grave. Muzan at first thinks that it's Tanjiro's fault that he couldn't finish the pillars off, but then he realizes it's not just their protagonist. The members of the Demon Slayer Corps are linked like beads in a rosary. He compares the organization to a living creature seeking to capture him. The Demon Slayer Corps is represented as a dragon, which is noteworthy because we know both Zenitsu's and Tanjiro's moves have taken the forms of dragons. Also, dragons are arguably the strongest creature you can think of. For instance, Kaido, said to be the strongest creature in One Piece, can turn into a dragon. Dragons are OP, and that shows that Muzan is feeling overpowered and perhaps a little powerless when faced with the organization as a whole. He is the prey being hunted by the organization. No matter who he kills and who dies, someone comes to replace them and builds on their hard work. In this way, the organization keeps inexhaustibly coming after Muzan. The crow then says that there are 35 minutes until dawn, apparently giving Muzan an update as well as our guys. I'd laugh if the crow was lying this whole time and there were actually only like 5 minutes left, but it was trying to throw off Muzan. That would be pretty hilarious. Even with 35 minutes left though, Muzan feels like he needs to get out ASAP. In his view, he can't risk it any longer. Tanjiro notices that Muzan is planning something and he recalls what Muzan did during his fight against Yoriichi to escape. Tanjiro wasn't sure how he'd stop him from escaping, but he fought anyway. Now, Muzan is trying to do it. He's trying to explode into a bunch of small pieces of flesh so that he can escape and regroup. Tanjiro thinks about whether he and Iguro could stop him, but he determines that he wouldn't be able to stop Muzan if he divides. Tanjiro thinks his only hope is striking 12 spots all at once. Just as Tanjiro is at his most desperate, Muzan's arm that was about to explode goes back to normal. The explosion didn't happen, and both Tanjiro and Muzan are shocked. And guess who's to thank? Frickin' Tamayo again. As Muzan points out, along with human regression and aging, she added division prevention to the drug. Then, as if that wasn't enough, Tamayo says she added something else too. Muzan starts coughing up blood, and Tamayo, whose cells are inside Muzan, says she's added a fourth substance. After the other three weaken him, the fourth will begin cell destruction. She tells Muzan that his most hated thing, death, is now so close. And that ends this glorious chapter. Wow. Tamayo never ceases to amaze me. Last chapter, I mentioned that she may have some tricks left up her sleeves, but I didn't expect this much. She definitely over-delivered. And the more the story goes on, the more clear it is that Yoriichi made the right decision in sparing her, and that the demon slayers of Yoriichi's time were wrong to condemn him for saving a demon. Second chances can definitely pay off. Yoriichi and Tamayo have by far done the most to set the stage for this battle and make victory possible. It took Demon Slayer working together with Demon to get this far. It's not a coincidence that a demon that Muzan created is responsible for his approaching downfall. The mangaka, in other words, is saying that Muzan did this to himself. His downfall is of his own making, because of the horrible things he did, all in the hopes of avoiding death. It's karma. Muzan treated others cruelly, so it makes sense that they do what they can to get back at him, and even use the demon powers he gave them to help them do it. I also love the fact that Tanjiro kept fighting even when he had no idea how he'd stop the flesh explosion. A lesser man would have thought it was pointless to try to kill Muzan since he could just escape, but Tanjiro just kept fighting, doing the best that he could in the moment. It ended up paying off because Tamayo ended up taking care of Muzan's secret escape plan. It goes to show that you shouldn't give up in an endeavor just because you're not sure at this moment exactly how it will work out. But anyways, this looks extremely bad for Muzan right now. He's weaker than ever. He can't use his flesh explosion escape trick. He's coughing up blood. Tanjiro and Iguro are still there. The others are regaining consciousness thanks to Yushiro. Nezuko is fully human by the looks of it, so Muzan seemingly can't absorb her to become immune to the sun anymore. The cards cannot be stacked more heavily against Muzan right now. This could really be the end, since we know that the mangaka is cool with letting villains be defeated before they go full power. Obviously, there is also a chance that Muzan has another trick up his sleeves, but then again, he doesn't have any sleeves right now, and things seem to really be wrapping up. Nezuko has regained her memories and is human again. Tanjiro saved her, and that was his goal from the beginning. Muzan seemingly can't become immune to the sun, and he can't escape. Yoriichi's and Tamayo's plans have come into fruition. We even got a kind of recap through Nezuko's memories this chapter of all the times we've been through since the beginning of the series and the people who sacrificed their lives so that we could get to this point. For all these reasons, I really wouldn't be surprised if this turns out to be the end of Muzan and the end of the series. But let me know what you think. Do you think Muzan has a secret weapon or technique that he still hasn't used and that even Yoriichi doesn't know about? The only problem with that theory seems to be that Muzan really appears to be worried and freaking out. So his only chance might be to unlock a new form and or power that he didn't even know he was capable of. But that's it for this chapter review. Thank you so much for listening. If you do enjoy these chapter reviews and want to keep them coming, the best thing you can do is smash that like button and share this video with a friend. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial. Hit that notification bell or you will miss future chapter reviews, and you don't want that since, as we can see, things are getting crazy right about now. A special thank you goes out to our patrons over on Patreon who help us survive YouTube issues and who help make videos like this one possible. First and foremost, I want to thank our The One Tier patrons, the ones who stand atop all clans: Steven Ingrata, Alola Natem, The World, Steelers, The School Bus, Tyson Corino, A Quiet Respect, and Pate Hefa. And I can't forget our Pro Hero tier patrons, the one and only Gilgamesh, nothing but a fan, Jason Wilson, King Zeldris, $50 Beat, Anatoly Kazatsky, Alpha Dio, Angel Cruz, Team Sparky 65, Cricket XP, Rohan Kapoor, Jessica Maloney, Emperor Otaku, Timothy Edward Vargas, Gene Dark, Joe Stanton, JCC Waka, Very Gucci, and Jessica K. Lafond. Thank you all so much. If you enjoy our work, you can support more of it by going over to patreon.com/AnimeUproar and becoming a patron today for as little as $1. If you do so, you'll get your name featured in future videos alongside these amazing people right here, and you'll even get access to our private patron-only Discord, where we talk about anime, life, and of course, dank memes. So check out patreon.com/AnimeUproar, link in the description if you're interested. You can also now join the YouTube channel and support more content that way if you prefer. Whichever way you choose to support us, you can get the same great benefits. Thanks again, and until next time, see you, Space Cowboy.